Cornell Mosley, but as the public knows him, Q, was born in Rochester, New York on September 29, 1988. Q lost his father at the age of 4 and was raised by his mother and grandfather. His decision to join MTV's 2007 reality search, Making the Band 4, was a hard one to make. He had to give up a full scholarship to Five Towns College to pursue his dream. However, it proved to be a worthy sacrifice when he ended up one of the 5 who were chosen to be a part of P. Diddy's all-male supergroup, Day26. Although initially nervous about performing in front of P. Diddy, Q's talent in singing and dancing impressed the mega producer so much that he was selected to be a part of the group. After 2 #1 albums and many accolades later, Q is no longer a part of Day26. He is now venturing out on a solo career and just recently released his mixtape, The Q Files. Please, everyone, round of applause for Q on KEMPIRE Radio. Q.
Oh, thank you. What's up, man?
Welcome to KEMPIRE Radio. This is really, really an honor. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you for having me, man.
This is a wonderful. All of your fans are in our chat room online. We have a few people on the. I'm just excited to have you here on the show because I have to say, I'm going to admit this right now. You were my favorite of all the guys in Day26.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And that's not just because you're here. If Willie or Robert come on the show, I'm not going to say that to them.
Got you.
Anyways, let's just talk about what are you doing now? You're a solo artist.
Man, I've been in the studio working on my solo stuff. Like you said, I'm not a part of Day26, so I've been in the grind, just hustling, making this money, getting on these different hooks. I've been doing different auditions. I've been auditioning for movies. I've been talking to a couple of modeling agencies about modeling. Also, I just was on Good Morning America with Dirty Money. I sung in the band. So I've just been grinding, man, just making moves and figuring out what's next, because when one door shuts, 5 more open. You just got to keep pushing forward.
Amen. So what were you doing with Day26 on Good Morning America?
No, not Day26, Dirty Money.
I'm sorry. That's in my head. Sorry, Dirty Money.
Yeah, I was singing in the background, basically, supporting them and just showing them I got their back, but just being part of the movement, being part of that train music, being part of what's about to happen.
So what producers are you working with now? Any well-known producers or producers, up-and-coming producers?
I've been meeting, I've been along. Dawn's been in the studio, so when Dawn and Kalina go to the studio, I'd be honored. They let me come a part of it, so I'd be there watching and listening to meeting the people they meet. So basically, everybody that they've met, I've been in contact with. So I've just been building my contacts and just been, just saving my info and being patient and waiting until everything falls in place. So I don't want to give nothing away too fast. But you can expect something big, and God is very good. I don't want to talk too fast and give out all the surprises I have for the future. But you can definitely say I'm blessed, man, and I'm honored, and I can't wait.
So let's talk about the music that you've been recording. What kind of direction are you going in?
We're trying R&B pop. I want to be a pop artist, but I don't want to forget the R&B because I can't sing. I want to make future music. I want people to understand where I'm coming from. I want to have an opinion. I want people to get a message from my music. So basically, R&B pop, I call it hip opera.
Oh wow! And that was something that you mentioned a lot while in season 2 of Making of the Band. You really wanted to kind of do that sort of more crossover kind of music. Yeah, more crossover, just so you can make music for everybody. You can't dumb down your music for one crowd. You want to make music for everybody. You want to be international. You want everybody to be able to get a message from your story because I think that's what makes you an icon. That makes you a big artist. What do you have a favorite, artist that you want to collaborate with, or a songwriter or producer that you would love to have on your album or a future album? I'm a big fan of Jay-Z, man. I would love to collaborate with Jay-Z in the future. Swiss Beats is dope, man. Big fan of him. Polo the Don, the Soul Diggers, just everybody, man. If you got talent, anybody who has a gift and they understand what it is, I want to work with them. And that includes every artist that's out right now. If you're making great music, I want to make great music with you. Let's make a movement and bring this music back. Bring real music back, bring change. Anybody that wants change, I'm down for it. So obviously your relationship with Diddy is pretty much a good relationship because you were recently forming with him. So can you just kind of tell us, what has Diddy said to you since, your departure from Day26? What is his advice for you?
I mean, his advice, of course, I'm be honest, he wanted me to go back to Day26 because that was the brand, that was important. So he did say, I think you should go back. But he also told me if I have all the information, if I have a lawyer and I'm saying something that's true, I have to go with my gut. You know what I'm saying? So this decision that I made, or when Day26 sent me the letter to remove me and I chose to just go my own ways and they go their own way, it had nothing to do with Puff, So basically he has nothing to do with it. He respects the hustle. He respects whatever going on. It wasn't his decision, so he really don't got too much to say. We were at Atlantic. But Puff's pretty good. The relationship's cool. It ain't that deep.
And you've worked with Puffy pretty closely. I mean, there are misconceptions about everyone in the industry. What is the biggest misconception about Diddy that you became aware of?
Yeah, I think the biggest misconception about Diddy is that he's just this mean, arrogant guy. I think people think too deep into things and they take things the wrong way. Everybody has their own interpretation of things, so I think they interpret him the wrong way, and I think they don't see the good person that he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And what's the big misconception of Q?
I think the big misconception of me is that people really don't know who I am. People think they know they know me because of television and what MTV put out, but people don't know me. You know what I'm saying? People think they can walk up to me in the middle of the street and say whatever they're going to say because I was on a reality TV show and they think it's all good and I have to, accept that. And I think the biggest misconception that people have of me is that they think they know me and they don't. And I think that's what makes this music and my journey so much funner because when you think you know me, you really don't.
And is it hard dealing with the sort of celebrity that you kind of gained from the MTV making of the band? Because, that was huge. You built a huge...
Say that one more again, buddy.
Is it hard to deal with that sort of attention that you receive?
It's not hard to deal with because, I have a passion for this. So it's not that deep for me. I don't get irritated. But when you're trying to split the difference, when you're not working and you're trying to have personal time, and people don't understand personal time, that's when it gets irritating and it kind of gets frustrating because you're like, wow, okay, I'm not working right now. I'm trying to eat my food or I'm trying to be normal, chill my family. I don't want to be cute right now. Maybe I want to be somebody else. Maybe I want to be Cornell right now. So that's the hardest thing. But it's not that deep because I love it and I'm a good person and I love meeting people and I love talking to people. So I always humble myself to my fans.
I mean, we can't have an interview without, talking about the breakup of you and Day26. So you received a letter from Day26 pretty much kicking you out of the band, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Can you tell us what exactly the letter said?
Yeah, basically, I got a lawyer. I found out, well, to take you back more, we were presented, our manager presented with this 826 contract amendment. He wanted us to sign it. It was like to 2060. If we die, our funds go to him and his family. It was under Virginia law. That's where he's from. It was crazy. But he wanted us to sign his contract. So I got a lawyer. I was like, man, that's not right. I ain't about to give my life away to this dude. So my lawyer basically said that he's in breach of contract. I brought the papers back to the group and told them, look, we have a new situation at Atlantic. Let's get rid of this dude and make some money because none of us was making money. It wasn't real. You know what I'm saying?
And you're speaking of Screwface, right? The manager?
Yeah. I said, let's get rid of him because we have a new situation at Atlantic. We can possibly eat. We can be running our own businesses. We can't lose the fact that we got chosen to be in a band, and everybody was in agreement with that. We were on the same page, and all of a sudden I get a phone call saying Q knew about this. Q knew about Screwface. He know what the deal is. Everything changed. Like 2 days later, I got a letter in the mail saying we're moving forward without you, Q. Robert, Mike, Will, and Brian, they signed it off, and they got rid of me. That's what happened with that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at that point in your career, were you guys broke? Were you not making a lot of money?
We weren't making any money. The objection, is pimps and hoes. You got to think like that. We were the hoes. We were getting pimped. I understand you got to hold it out for a little while to you got to grind it out and hustle and find that grind. But eventually, when you figured it out, you have to man up and get your business in order. And that's what I was about. And I thought they were too, but they weren't.